Spears Computer World here with the review of the Monstroid WordPress theme by Template Monster. Template Monster kindly sent me a free copy of the Monstroid theme in return for an honest, unbiased review. So I'm going to show you first and foremost on how to install it. They've kept it simple by allowing you to use the Monstroid Manager or installer, which allows you to install the WordPress theme seamlessly and without too much hassle. So let's get started. First, you'll go to add new in your plugins under the dashboard in WordPress. Hit upload plugin. Then we're going to go with browse. And we're going to hit the Monstroid wizard. And like you would do with any WordPress theme plugin, you're going to install it. And after a successful installation, you'll be able to activate that plugin. So upon activating that plugin, you'll be able to install the theme. Now, on this part, you'll enter your theme activation key that was supplied by Template Monster once you purchased your copy of the Monstroid theme. Once you've entered your activation key, then you'll have the option of installing one of the child themes, or you can install the main theme. For this sake of the review, we're going to install the main theme. Now, please note that you may get an error about some Cherry framework requirements. You may need to check with your provider who hosts your website to make sure that you have the max end time puts for this Cherry framework. Because if you don't, it'll recommend the proper requirement, and you'll still be able to install the theme, but you want to make sure that you're maximizing as much as possible. If anyone needs help, I'll try to include those steps. So this is almost installed, and as you can see, it's installed in a lot of different Cherry framework components, and so I'll kind of show you what was installed. So once it finishes installing WooCommerce, we'll be able to proceed. And once it finishes, it will automatically redirect you to the next step. So once it is finished, you'll be directed to the import and install content. If you like, you could go ahead and set up and run the setup wizard for WooCommerce. But for the sake of this right now, we're going to just skip that setup. What we want to do is be able to upload the content for this website. I'm going to install from cloud. So you'll be able to go in and install from the cloud and get the sample data. Once it's loaded from the cloud, you'll continue with the installation, and it'll begin installing all of the content for you automatically. So once you install everything, you'll get a congratulations. Then you'll be able to view your site. Unlike some of the other themes I've seen and used, and I know there are others that possibly do this, I like how you're able to use the stock images to kind of help you to be able to edit. So that's the installation process. And next I'm going to kind of show you some of the things that I don't too much care for during the installation process or afterwards. If you're anything like me, you like to keep your dashboard as neat as possible. So I do appreciate the guys at Template Monster with the Monstroid theme, keeping everything on the sidebar kind of neat. You do have a lot of options for your portfolio services and various other things that you can see here. And I'll kind of touch some of those things here in a short while. But one of the things that irks me a little bit is all of the plugins that were installed. Now, on my WordPress sites, I do kind of like to keep all of my plugins to a certain degree at, that I install, but to each his own, of course. But these are a lot of plugins, but I do know that there was a lot put into making this theme. So it's not a huge deal breaker, but I want you to know, don't be alarmed when you see these things. So cool. We're done with the installation. So next we're going to get into some of the things that you can do with this bad boy. And we're going to show you what you can do with the Monstroid theme. Some of the things that we actually enjoyed while trying to explore this theme. So kick back and relax, and we'll jump right into it. So if you've made it this far in our review / on how to work with this Monstroid theme, you are in a great place, because that means you have successfully installed the Monstroid theme. Now, we live in a world now where a lot of people want to get things done. I have mad respect for you who are watching this video who are hardcore developers, and I myself can code. I'm not that advanced, so I've used things kind of like Make, Drop and Drag Builder, Divi. I'm a huge fan of Divi Builder, and amongst other drop and drag type things that help you to learn WordPress more quickly, so that you can get a website out there for those of you who enjoy, doing that type of thing. So we're going to go back into the dashboard, and we're going to go to the pages. One of my favorite things that some of the themes they lack is a front page editor. And this is one thing that I do like about the Monstroid editor, is that it does have that. One thing that you'll notice here on the home page is Edit with MotoPress. It was installed during the installation. And what MotoPress does, it does something very cool. Other builders like Divi, for an example, I use them a whole lot. You have to edit your sites on the back end, but they are coming along and seems to be catching up with others on front end editing. And Monstroid is ahead of the game. Template Monster did a wonderful job of being a pioneer, or one of the pioneers of front end editing. And I'll kind of show you what you can do with that. So if you're anything like me, you've probably seen things where they say, okay, you can edit the text, but you'll have to, click over here and do different things to do so. So like I was saying, one of the things I like is being able to edit things on the front end. Some of the cool things that you can do here is, for instance, if you want to change the text, you're able to double click on it, and then you're able to go in and edit as need be. Okay. And you click the X right there, and it's welcome to the Sphere's computer world. Now, if you want to change the slides here, you have an ability to click on it. They're giving you different slider options that you can choose from. And once you select which one you want, you can go on your panel over here, and you can click on the MotoPress slider. And since we're using the home business slider, we can go in and edit the slides. And then we can go in and change our and upload our slides that we want. Amongst other things that you're able to do on here is add any text. You can add a title box by simply just dropping and dragging it anywhere here, and then doing anything that you need to do with that. And as you can see, I kind of screwed things up there. So let's see if I go back, will it right my wrong? But as you can see, some of the things that I've struggled with, and it could be, again, my internet connection, is some of the kind of delay and slow loads, and it could be because of all of the content that was loaded. But once it gets rock and rolling, then you'll be able to really rock and roll with this theme. And so what I'm going to do is just try to get rid of the text that I put there. And so with the title box, if I can just hit delete. And so as you can see, I hit delete, and then it allowed me to go back to my full width slider. So you're able to drag and drop various components or modules on the front end instead of having to do it on the back end and then previewing it. Monstroid theme allows you to do everything on the front end so that you can confidently create your themes and customize it to your liking. And so some of the things that I love about it, I love the front end editing. I love the installation wizard with Monstroid Wizard. But some of the things I dislike is kind of like the bloatware. But I do understand that those are some of the things that are packed into this to make this thing work, because it's not a lightweight. And then secondly, one thing I don't like is kind of experiencing some of the lag, but I do understand that it's trying to load up different components, and then it could be on my end as far as my internet. So don't let those things deter you, because I believe that this is a great thing to use, especially for somebody who wants to keep the framework or the layout that you have here from Template Monster with the Monstroid theme, that you want to keep it as is, and you just want to be able to edit some text and then upload some of your high quality images to make it feel comfortable for you. So overall, I like the theme, and I will be probably using it hopefully for one of my client themes. And to be honest with you, I may even use it to redo my own website. So if you have any questions or any concerns about the theme, let me know. If there's some things you want me to do as far as videos, let me know, and I'll be glad to go right in and create a video on some of the questions that you have. Or if you need me to get in contact with Template Monster about some things, maybe I can help you on that end too. This is Spears Computer World. I've showed you how to install the Monstroid Wizard to help you to get the thing up and running. And then I kind of showed you some of the things that you can do. One of my faves is being able to edit the text and to be able to update on the front end. This is Spears Computer World signing out.